Strength Warehouse presents Go Heavy or Go Home podcast. I am your host, Nate Boley. In this podcast, we talk about strength, fitness, nutrition, and all things Strength Warehouse related. Welcome back to the Go Heavy or Go Home podcast. Today is the official first episode. Aren't you excited? I know I am. So anyway, I wanted to go into why I decided and chose to have Go Heavy or Go Home as the podcast name. Well, initially this saying was printed on the back of a powerlifting shirt that I was a part of, and I still have the shirt in my closet. It does not fit anymore though, unfortunately. But it was on the powerlifting shirt, and it totally resonated with me because when I was that age, I think I was like 24. I had a crew of like 5 to 6 powerlifters that we were all in a gym and lifting heavy. And that was the motto and the creed of our crew was like every single workout, we are going to lift heavy weights all the time. Now, it wasn't maxing out all the time, but it was lifting heavy with intent to get stronger and put more weight on the bar. And it really worked. I was lifting the lightest guy closest to me. I was like 165 pounds when I first started with them. The next closest guy to me in weight was like 80 something pounds heavier than me, and then the heaviest guy was over 120 pounds heavier than me. So I had definitely some road to catch up on. I was a small dude. I had just started. They had been doing it for a long time. So I was always trying to push the same amount of weights that they were. But anyway, that was the young Nate, go as heavy as you can all the time or just don't show up type of thing. When you walk in the gym, you're there with the other guys. You're helping them push it really hard. And if you're not in it for the day and you're just not going to lift, with the intention that the group wants, just don't show up because it's going to drag the rest of the group down. And that worked a lot. We did have a little bit of an all or nothing mindset, which it wasn't the greatest. And I see now over the last 14 years that we obviously were young and didn't have all the knowledge that we have now. And I got sustained several injuries from lifting heavy as I can all the time. But, now it's morphed into more of like a mindset where I use the go heavy or go home motto in my everyday life. Like, okay, I'm here. I've got these tasks to do. I've got this goal. I'm going to give these tasks all my intention and attention to get the best possible outcome as quickly as I possibly can. And know that if it fails, it was not because I didn't give it my all. So that's how I use it today. And I still, lift heavy all the time. So I'm still using it today. I just don't lift as heavy all the time. I have a little bit more of an intentful program. One, because I now have a coach, as where I didn't have a coach before, so that helps. But definitely the go heavy or go home motto / strategy saying, I contribute to a lot of the successes I've had in my life. One, lifting, powerlifting, being a record holder, and then just various things throughout my life, like, owning the gym, becoming a master tech, putting myself through college, all these different things. Like, I really had nobody pushing me. It was just me wanting to do something. And I came into every single day just realizing that I had to give my best effort every single time. And that was the way I was going to win as fast as I wanted to win. How I came up with the name exactly was, there's 2 different ways, but I had wrote down several different names, and I don't remember what they are now, but there's a bunch of different ones, I don't even remember. But anyway, I had wrote them down, but as soon as that one hit the pen and then hit the paper, I knew that was the favorite one I had wrote down so far. And I had posted it in our members group, and got some feedback on that. And then I also shared it with some friends and also got some feedback for that. It was kind of the similar way that I came up with the name Strength Warehouse. I had different, iterations of Strength Warhouse and Warhouse Strength and all different ones. And Strength Warehouse, I just put it in the words next to each other, and I had drew like a little plate around it, and I sent it off to my friend, and he was like, "That is the one." And I was like, "Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking." So that's pretty much how it came to fruition on that. But we use this motto in our gym. We do lift heavy weights in our gym. We are always trying to push the bar intentfully. Obviously, we have programs and periodization and progress throughout the gym. It's not just every day you come in the gym you're lifting more weight than you did the next day. That's just impossible to do for long term. But we're always trying to up our game each time, whether it's more effort, more weight on the bar, more reps, better form. So it's always that go heavy, go hard type of thing. We're definitely less on the go home part of it, because we'd much rather you come in and get a workout in and get 1% better than to just stay home because you're not in the mood for today. And a lot of times you can get into the mood better when you come into the gym. Like, I've had some of my best lifting days when I've gone into the gym and I've just felt like total garbage. I had a really bad day at work. It was super busy. There's people yelling at me. And I walked into the gym just absolutely just smoked, exhausted, not wanting to do a thing. And then I've had my best days in the gym. And on the other side of that, I've walked into the gym ready to go, hit a new PR, and then getting into it and everything just falls apart. So definitely don't stay home if you just are having a bad day. It's funny. One of the things that I can vividly remember when I first met my wife was we were drinking some wine at her parents' house, and both of us met in the gym, and we were both, fairly fit at the time. I was lifting heavy, but I was really working on my physique as well. And Megan was also working on her physique. And when I first met her, she was interested in what I was doing. So I started, showing her what I was doing. I was doing the Wendler 531 programming at that point in my life. So she started training with me. But anyway, we were at her mom and dad's house. We were having some wine with them. And Megan goes, and she'd been talking about having a six-pack forever. And she goes, "I really want some pizza." Had that, that drunk face on, like, "Yeah, pizza sounds so delicious right now." And I looked at her, and we're walking down the stairs, and I said, "Do you want to have a six-pack, or do you want to go home?" And it just came out. It was hilarious, because she's like, "Well, I want both. I want a six-pack, and I want to go home." And the idea of that was going home was having the pizza and chilling out and being comfortable and not doing hard things. And having the six-pack was having that intentful, go hard, go heavy type of attitude. But she did end up getting, really close to a six-pack. And then we also had some pizza. So I guess it worked out. And we're at home. But yeah, I use the go heavy or go home statement as a reminder for myself that I can do hard things. I can create a business. I can put myself through college. I can become a master tech in, automotive. I can do this. I can do that. And so I use it. I wish I had a shirt. I probably should make a go heavy or go home Strength Warehouse iteration of that shirt. That sounds pretty amazing. So watch out for that. It might be dropping here shortly. But yeah, I use it to remind myself that if this is really difficult and I just want to quit, no, I can do it, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to give it my best foot forward every single time, whether it's 100% effort or just 1% effort. I'm going to give it everything I can for that specific day on that task. Again, this is another thing that I use the go heavy or go home statement for, is kind of a radar for people in my life. If I'm looking for a new workout partner or somebody and they don't have that type of attitude, like, I probably don't want them as my particular workout partner, because they might fall off or they're not going to, help me push myself to be better. So I'm looking for somebody in my specifically in my workout. If I'm going to look for somebody, I'd want them to have that type of attitude. And also, if I ever decide that I want a business partner or somebody, like, I want to make sure that they have different skill set than I do, so we can complement each other in business, but they have to have that similar attitude. Like, hey, I'm going to put my best foot forward, all the effort. I'm not going to make excuses. And I'm going to try to drive the needle forward every single day. So that's pretty much what what I came up with for why I wanted this to be the name of our podcast. But I was a little leery at first because I'm like, man, it's going to give our gym a little bit of a persona of we just go heavy all the time, and that's kind of scary to people. And that's not really what it is. Yes, we lift heavy weights, and heavy weights is all relative. But it's the mindset of every single time I step into the gym or every single task that I'm going to do in my life, I'm going to put the best effort I can for that day. And that's why I decided to use it. But anyway, I hope that clears it up for you guys. And next episode, I'm going to really dig deep into some more question and answering. So if you guys want to shoot us an email at info@benstrengthwarehouse.com, give us your questions. I will look them over and I will try my hardest to answer every single one of them. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you on the other side. Thanks for joining us on this epic journey of strength. If you liked this episode, please leave us a review and share with a friend. To stay connected, hit that subscribe button. All right, until next time, go heavy or go home.